Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G Quraishi. Now, a stunning revelation from former Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Quraishi, who in his new book, India and I, 100 Memories, Not a Memoir, has reignited a political storm. The controversy traces back to the 2012 Uttar Pradesh elections, when then Law Minister Salman Khurshid's 9% Muslim quota promise triggered Election Commission action. Quraishi has now revealed that a deeply anguished then Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, called him personally, saying, "If that's what you think, I will commit suicide," before assuring him that the Election Commission was the soul of India's democracy. But as these revelations surface, politics has erupted once again, with fresh questions over Congress leaders targeting ex-CEC and the Election Commissioner. Let's tell you what the controversy is all about first and foremost. The first is, of course, the provocative statement that was made. In fact, it was during the 2012 UP poll promise. We'd seen then Law Minister Salman Khurshid, who vowed a 9% Muslim quota. The opposition's charge then was that the BJP moved the Election Commission, alleging blatant MCC violation or Model Code of Conduct violation for vote bank politics. The Election Commission then cracked down. The then Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Quraishi officially censured the then Law Minister Salman Khurshid. The defiant counter of Khurshid was that we'll fight for sub-quota even if they hang me. We've also seen how there was a constitutional escalation, with the Election Commission bypassing the government, writing directly to the then President. The Prime Minister Office intervention then, where the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh demanded restraint. Congress High Command distanced itself from this particular remark, and a final capitulation where Khurshid blinked and he issued a letter of deep regret to the Election Commission. Salman Khurshid states that he bows to the authority of the EC, and the Election Commission then accepted the apology and closed the case. Let's get you the claims also that have been made by the former Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Quraishi over the Election Commission being targeted by senior Congress leaders, and how then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh responded. After the censure, Congress leaders turned on Quraishi, he says. The Election Commission was branded as arrogant and arbitrary by the Congress. S.Y. Quraishi coming out to say that criticism is fine, discrediting the Election Commission isn't. Quraishi had flagged his concerns to the Prime Minister's press secretary as well. And also S.Y. Quraishi says that PMO called him the very next day. Manmohan Singh personally sought an urgent meeting, and Quraishi says that Singh welcomed him at the door. Manmohan Singh further going on to say that if that is what you think, I will commit suicide. Singh feared that S.Y. Quraishi doubted his faith in the Election Commission, and Singh also says that he was unaware of the ministers attacking the Election Commission. All of these are the claims that have been made by Mr. S.Y. Quraishi, the former Chief Election Commissioner of the Election Commission of India. This political slugfest has now escalated into a full-blown war of words. The BJP says Congress questioning the Election Commission is nothing new, alleging that UPA ministers repeatedly targeted the poll panel whenever it acted against them. Congress, however, has hit back hard, insisting that it has always regarded the Election Commission as the soul of democracy, quote-unquote, while accusing the Prime Minister Narendra Modi of using the poll panel to establish political hegemony.
आप ऐसे नाम को जो है अपनी किताब में डाल रहे हैं जिनका जो है ना कोई सबूत मिलेगा ना कोई गवाह मिलेगा। अब उसके लिए तो पूछने के लिए ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा लोगों को। तो ऐसे क्यों मजाक करते हैं कि जिनसे जो है वो कोई पूछ भी ना पाए कि भाई आप आत्महत्या कर रहे थे कि नहीं कर रहे थे।
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने संवैधानिक संस्थाओं को मजबूत करने का काम किया, लेकिन आज बीजेपी की ऐसी सरकार है जिसमें जितने कमीशन है वो कमीशन अपनी इच्छा से काम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, और खासतौर पर इलेक्शन कमीशन को दोनों ने अपनी जेब की संस्था बना के रख दिया है। और बीजेपी की सरकार वैसे भी इस देश में संविधान को नहीं मानती, लोकतंत्र को नहीं मानती, कानून से अपने आप को ऊपर समझने लगे बीजेपी के नेता भी और उनके वो अधिकारी जो अधिकारी उनके तलवे चाटते हैं।
A short while back, my colleague Swati spoke exclusively to former Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Quraishi. Listen in.
A reaction that has come in from one Mr. Naqvi, who says, we don't know if Dr. Manmohan Singh actually said that, if this is a lie, or if this actually happened. How do you respond to that criticism first?
I think this is the most stupid comment I have ever heard. What the hell does he mean? Am I lying? What does he know? More than that, I don't want to say. It's absolute rubbish he is talking. Am I lying? I will be lying in a book, a printed book, and I have mentioned the people. I have mentioned it to the Principal Secretary to PM, National Security Advisor, Harish Khare, everybody, they all knew about it.
All right, let's quickly open this up and take it across to our guest. Joining us with us is Jaspreet Sandhawalia, spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Mohammad Amin is former Joint Director of the Election Commission of India. With us is Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist. Also with us is Imran Ahmed Ali, lawyer and political analyst. Rashid Kidwai, you're the author of many books. Why would Mr. S.Y. Quraishi bring out a book like this at a time like this? Very, very sensitive issue as well. Talking also about, and there are some people who are also saying that Dr. Manmohan Singh isn't really there to defend himself at this point of time. So how appropriate is this? Is bound to be questionable, because this is certainly an episode that would have generated controversy.
Good evening, Madhav. I have had the privilege of personally knowing Dr. Manmohan Singh as well as Dr. S.Y. Quraishi. So let me tell you, the facts are correct. The spin that is sought to be given is actually quite wrong and politically motivated. Here was the situation. Mr. Salman Khurshid, as a matter of record, he had spoken out of turn, and Dr. Manmohan Singh, being a true Democrat, was dismayed. And he kind of, spoke to, because remember, Manmohan Singh had also been in the government as a technocrat, and Dr. S.Y. Quraishi, as we know, is a distinguished IAS officer. But he may have expressed his thing, and we know that Dr. Manmohan Singh was an emotional person. In past instances also, he had actually twice, thrice offered to resign, etc. All these things. But the spin that the BJP sought to be given is wrong and politically motivated. Here was a case where the Election Commission could pull up a senior minister and could complain to the Prime Minister. Can we see, Madhav, since 2014, I want to ask you, you are a very astute observer of politics. Have you seen any instance of Election Commission, approaching the Prime Minister or reprimanding senior ministers? Look at the conduct of, many chief ministers and many senior ministers, the kind of thing they say during elections, after elections, the kind of thing that Hemanta Biswa Sarma has said, the kind of thing that Suvendu Adhikari was saying, and a number of them. And other political parties also violate a model code of conduct.
Okay, let me bring in
Jaspreet Sandhawalia. And we need to learn lessons rather than saying.
Okay, let me bring in the BJP spokesperson now. Jaspreet Sandhawalia, question to you coming in from Rashid Kidwai. He is saying that look at the conduct of the Election Commission was independent at that point of time, and that's exactly why they could go ahead and question the conduct of senior ministers and even, of course, the Prime Minister, etc. That is the kind of stature of the Election Commission. Now, we don't see that happening despite several controversial remarks coming in from chief ministers, from union ministers, even during the course of the campaign. Your response to Rashid Kidwai?
Well, I think I want to counter Rashid by saying that since he's a senior journalist, I would rather say that a book has been published by a very seasoned and a very mature former election chief commissioner, who has said that the Prime Minister said that he would rather commit suicide. And we all know that the former Law Minister, Mr. Khurshid, in his campaign had promised 9% jobs. So what is the comparison? Here we are talking about an incident which had happened, and we all know that Sonia Gandhi was actually the person who was controlling the UPA government, and the ministers were more loyal to her rather than to the Prime Minister. And when he calls Mr. Manmohan Singh an emotional Prime Minister, I also want to remind him that I am from the BJP, but as a human being, I have immense respect for Dr. Manmohan Singh, somebody who was exemplarily honest, somebody who brought the economic independence in India, and he stands very tall when it comes to the number of prime ministers India has had. So to counter or to accuse Manmohan Singh of being emotional, yes, it is better to be emotional and safeguard democracy than to be unemotional. And that's where I rest my case.
All right. Imran Ahmed Ali, you want to respond to that?
Madhavji, today I'm happy about something and sad about the other. It is very heartening to know that today members of the BJP are quoting and publicizing a statement by Mr. Quraishi. This is the same Mr. Quraishi who called the Waqf Amendment Bill sinister. He is the same individual who said that FIR should have been lodged after the Delhi campaign. And when the Election Commission had actually rather surprisingly come back and said that if you did not act during your time, why should we today? It is saddening that today the likes of Mr. Patra are questioning the ability of Sardar Manmohan Singh to be the Prime Minister and saying and misquoting him in totality. The same individual who during an online, not an online, in fact in a real debate, when was asked, when he quoted India becoming a 5 trillion economy, did not know how many zeros a trillion has. The same Mr. Patra who once had quoted that Rajasthan was overnight taking 19 lakh rupees for children being sent back to UP and shared on his official handle a picture of a check stating that buses of April and he put a check of May. The same person who has misquoted red channel, green channel, the same man who has misquoted potatoes turning into gold. I don't want to go on forever on him. But I only wish to justify the statement as it reads in the book. The statement said that when Sardar Manmohan Singh was approached by Mr. Quraishi, now you see the scheme of things. The Congress is in power. The Election Commission has the ability to take action against a union minister.
No, but Imran, let me ask you a simple question. Let me ask you a simple question. Why it's important? Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Yes. Just listen to my question. Why it's important that it's Salman Khurshid in this particular case, and notwithstanding whatever poll promise that he have made, that poll promise may have been practical, may have been impractical, be that as it may. The fact is that he was the law minister of the country, and the Election Commission, the nodal ministry for the Election Commission is the law ministry. So therefore, it is very, very significant that the Election Commission has decided to censure a person who's responsible for its own functioning.
Yes. Absolutely. You've said the words right out of my mouth. You see the ability of the independence of the Election Commission at that point of time.
No, but what about the law minister trying to pressurize the Election Commission? You don't see that?
Of the Congress. Not pressurized. That does not come anywhere in the book. What actually comes in the book is that Sardar Manmohan Singh said that he will commit suicide if the Election Commission is weakened. You see that man standing behind the Election Commission. You see that he also, and in the book it comes forward, and I've read up on it, it says that in the Election Commission is not only India's pride, it is India's soul, which is absolutely correct. That is why people like me, when the Election Commission does not act on a variety of things.
Okay, Jasmine wants to respond to you.
We have a problem because there was a Prime Minister. I am saying take.
Let's get a quick response from Jasmine Sandawale. Jasmine Sandawale.
Take his word.
The law minister comes down in a very unparliamentary language, starts a slur campaign against the Election Commission, and then other union ministers join him. And it was Harish Khare, who was the press secretary of the Prime Minister and later on became the editor of Tribune, he was the person who went and brought this to the notice of the Prime Minister, that there was a group of union ministers who were targeting the Election Commission, and that is why the Prime Minister came down heavily on his ministers. And Mr. Quraishi also quotes in his book that the Prime Minister said that I wish I had known earlier, I would have told them to shut up. And it is very sad that the UPA ministers were actually towing Sonia Gandhi's line, because everybody knew that being the Prime Minister of this country, the real influence lay in Sonia Gandhi.
And one thing that is very clearly evident also in this is that following this, the former CC said Khurshid was visibly upset. Soon voices in the Congress suggested the commission had become arrogant and arbitrary. So obviously there was pressure coming in from various Congress leaders.
So that's exactly what I'm trying to say, and I think Jasmine ji very correctly said that
how that's questions for Imran.
How the Prime Minister's office. Yeah. So I'm just saying, Madhavji, that look at the propriety of the man, and this has been dealt by Mr. Quraishi also. He says that Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was a leader for whom constitutional propriety was not just a talking point. It was a lived conviction. So you see the way he's acted against his own union ministers. Now, to go on and say that he was, to speak against him after he's been dead and gone, it is such a disservice
Dr.
for a man who was
Mohammad Amin, quick response for you, Dr. Mohammad Amin.
For the architect of...
All right, I'm sorry, there's some breaking news coming in. I have to cut across to that.